Hey man, how are you?
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing.
Nothing.
No, I was up all night last night, so I'm just kind of groggy and overtired.
Yeah.
I had a really bad anxiety attack.
Yes. Yeah, I have problems with anxiety a little bit as well.
I don't have little problems. I have pretty severe problems.
Yeah. Yeah, because what I was saying is I was diagnosed with having a severe anxiety disorder.
Okay.
Yeah. So I know what you're going through.
It's like I want to just be. Last night I just wanted to be dead.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to hurt myself, and I talked to my psychiatrist about it. I just didn't want to live. I was in pain. I was
Yeah.
really fucking. I've been crying all day. Just completely emotionally just distraught.
I completely understand where you're coming from, man.
I'm tearing up just telling you that.
Huh?
I'm tearing up just saying it.
Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to have a hangout for everybody to come in. Maybe that'll help you out a little bit.
Well, I don't want to talk to other people about it. I figured a one-on-one I would just tell you.
Yeah. No, yeah, I'm just saying, maybe it'll do you some good to have a conversation with somebody.
Yeah. I talked to Joe Carter about it a lot. You know Joe?
I can't say that I do.
You probably do and don't know him by name.
Yeah. That's probably the case.
Yeah. He's been around a long time.
Oh, okay. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm just getting everything set up. Wanted to talk to everybody tonight, see how everybody's doing, because I haven't had a hangout for a while.
Yeah, there's not really a lot going on, I don't think.
Yeah.
A guy in Chicago, I'm in Chicago. A guy here set himself on fire tonight downtown.
Oh,
So
damn.
that I think he offed himself. I think he died.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, but it doesn't look good.
Man. Yeah, people do some crazy stuff to themselves, man.
Yeah, it's maybe he was on drugs. I mean, who knows?
Yeah. I know here in the city where I live, we have a lot of people that do a lot of crazy things, and a lot of them are under the influence of something,
Mm-hmm.
And I think, in many ways, it makes it harder for the cops to deal with these guys, because especially if someone is high on PCP or something,
Yeah, unquestionably.
Because I remember when I was in law enforcement, man, we get these people in that were, whew, man, one person couldn't handle them physically. It had to be more than one.
Yeah, it's messed up.
Yeah. It's rough out there, man. But yeah, I've been watching a lot of current events and stuff, you know. And what do you think about them two ladies that interrupted Bernie Sanders? Did you hear about that?
I think they're assholes.
Yeah.
Where was his security?
Exactly, because he's a presidential. He's running for president.
Oh my God, they should have been arrested.
Mm-hmm.
He has a right to his free speech, you know.
Yep.
They do too, but not if he. I thought he handled it great.
Yeah, and I think that it was extremely inappropriate of their part, you know, because number one, not only did it make them look like a bunch of assholes. Number two, Bernie, I think personally, is actually fighting for him. You know what I mean?
Yes. And, well, he's not fighting for those women. Those women,
yeah,
they're actually Republicans.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They like Sarah Palin.
Oh, okay. Oh, I was hearing all kinds of rumors today that Hillary paid those two ladies to show up at a speaking event.
No, she did not. They're Sarah Palin. They love Sarah Palin.
Yeah. Yeah.
This whole our things are fucked up right now.
Yeah.
Things are really, or at least we hear about it more.
Yeah, there's all kinds of, and then the year anniversary of Michael Brown was, I think, yesterday.
Yeah.
And another guy got shot yesterday over there in Ferguson.
A couple of people.
Yep. It's crazy, man. I even watched a video. I even watched a video today about a cop giving this guy a hard time because he parked in a handicap spot,
and he wasn't handicapped enough. I heard.
Yeah. And the guy actually had one of those placards on his rearview mirror, and it still wasn't that good enough.
A cop has no right to judge somebody.
Yeah.
None. Not in that situation. He could have a heart problem. It could be anything.
Yeah.
A cop has no right.
Yeah. He's a disabled war veteran, man. And that cop didn't take him seriously.
It's fucked up.
Yeah, it is. Big time.
Listen, being an officer is not an easy job. It's also not a job that people should take lightly, though, that do it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, there's so many people with PTSD in law enforcement.
Yep.
It's crazy. It's like former vets that never have been treated for PTSD.
Yep. And that's with me, that's what I'm being treated for now too as well. PTSD, major or what was it, severe anxiety disorder, and major depression disorder.
How are they treating it?
Well, I have a psychiatrist that I go see, and then I have a counselor that I see once a week, and then I have my medications that I take.
Can I ask you what medications? I'm gonna go on medication, and I don't know what they're gonna put me on.
Yeah, right now they got me on. Let me see. That's not the right one. Hold on, let me find them. They're in my drawer right here. That's not the right one either.
You don't have to tell me. It's okay.
It's let's see. Doxepin is one of them.
Okay. That's like lorazepam, but it's mild, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah. Escitalopram, I guess it's a generic for Lexapro.
Okay.
And I got a couple of other ones that they're going to start giving me here pretty soon.
Do they make you gain weight?
No.
All right, good.
Because right now I'm on a diet. I've lost within the past 6 days, I've lost, I'm wanting to say 15 pounds.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not heavy. I'm trying, but I want to get a little thinner. Like I'm thin. I'm only about 135 pounds, but I want to lose a little. I'm 5'4", but I want to get healthier.
Yeah.
I like being really thin. I usually I'm probably too thin, but I like it. I'm 50 years old. To be a little too thin is not a bad thing.
Yeah. And I want to be thinner too. I'm going to what do you call it? Fitness place here in town where I'm at, and I'm going to get a personal trainer and everything. I already have everything all lined up.
Cool. Yeah, I lost my job, so that's what triggered the anxiety and the depression.
Yeah.
Because I'm going on interviews and I'm not getting hired, and it's freaking me out. And then I went on an interview and it went really well, and they said we don't have any positions for you, but they fucking called me up. They saw my resume. They had me come in. Why are you having me come in if you don't even have a position for me?
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with people? What, you think I'm going there to have a coffee with you? You're fucking idiots.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how people think these days. They're crazy.
Well, it's not these days. I mean, I understand what they were thinking, but it's inconsiderate.
Yeah. Yeah. So is there anything in particular that you wanted to talk about via current event?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
No. There's really not that much. There's always a lot going on, but it just doesn't really feel like it.
Oh yeah, well, there's always a lot to talk about for me. I'm OCD. I have to pay attention to all the variables out there, man.
So you're OCD. That's rough. How does it manifest for you?
Well, with me, I'm a little bit different than other people.
In what way?
With me, you know how some people would it affects them in a way where they have to have the place that they're at clean all the time and stuff like that. You know what I mean? With me, it's a little bit different. I have to check multiple times, whether my doors are shut, locked, whatever. Mm-hmm. I overthink things because, again, I want to pay attention to the details. I want, I have to be aware of absolutely everything that I'm talking about or will talk about, whatever,
Okay.
Hold on.
I'm O, I'm not C.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second, okay?
Certainly.
I don't know why some of these people have a difficulty getting in, man. I have no clue. I sent invites to everybody, Marco. Let's see. Hold on. Okay. There we go. Yes, when I talk about things or when I think about things, I overthink things bad to the point where I get stressed out. That's how bad I am.
Yeah. No, I understand that completely.
Yeah. Marco. Hey, Marco, you got to learn to look at your notifications, man. Check your notifications where that bell is. That's where you get the invites from when people send them out to have a hangout.
Okay.
Hey, Marco, do you have headphones?
Yeah.
Can you use those so that we don't have to hear the background?
Yeah.
It's a little bit loud.
No, yo, get the fuck out of here. No puedo escuchar yo.
I'm gonna mute him for a minute. Will you let him know when he comes back that he's muted?
Yeah.
He looks young.
I think he is kind of young, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably in his, I don't know, maybe
mid-20s or so.
Yeah. Man, I wish I was in my mid-20s again.
Dude, I'm fucking 50.
Yeah. I'm gonna be hitting the big 4-0 in a couple more years. I'm 38 right now.
You're young.
Yeah.
Marco, I muted you. Marco, I muted you, so you have to unmute to be able to talk. Dude, you're way too loud, man.
Yeah, you're gonna have to fix your audio, Marco, because it's not coming in right.
Yeah, man, it's too loud.
Yeah. I got a set of new earphones, man, and they work perfect compared to the crap I had.
Oh, cool.
You know, which isn't too bad.
Okay, Marco, you're muted again, just so you know. When you put in the earphones, usually it makes it so that you can't hear the background noise.
Yeah, the kind of earphones that I got are they're noise cancellation earphones. I guess they cancel all the noise from the outside.
Yeah.
Which is good. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Marco, where are you from?
I don't.
Just unmute and tell us, and then if it's loud, just mute again.
I'm from Chicago too.
Oh, you're from Chicago?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Oh, I'm up in Lakeview.
Oh, it's cool.
Yeah. Okay, put yourself back on mute, okay? Thanks, buddy. You're a gentleman. Oh, cool. Hey, Marco, did you hear about the guy that set himself on fire tonight? Yeah, somebody downtown. Yeah, I think he died. I'm not sure. Are you in school? How old are you?
16.
You're 16? Dude, I'm 34 years older than you.
Damn.
I'm old. You're 16. Well, good for you, man. So you're in 10th grade. You're going into 11th grade.
How the hell did you notice? I'm going to 11th grade already.
Well, when you said you're 16.
Yeah.
Yeah. So are you in the CPS?
Yeah.
Well, obviously. I mean, that's why I'm. Very cool. Very cool. I don't know if you know about this, Quiet Atheist, but at the CPS, the superintendent had to resign a few months ago. They're having all kinds of problems.
Over there where you're at?
Yeah, with the teachers' union, which is it's very unfortunate.
Wow.
It's very, very unfortunate.
Yeah.
Do you like your school, Marco?
Yeah.
Good, good. Are you going to go to college?
I might.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah, what I'm gonna do is have a hangout for a couple hours because I have something else I need to do right after I get out of the hangout. Usually I have hangouts, for 4 or 5 hours, but I have another
a previous engagement.
Yes, I have another engagement that I gotta participate in after I get out of this. So
well, I hope she's cute.
What makes you think it's a woman?
Who knows? Who the heck knows? Well, if it is a woman, I hope she's cute.
Do what?
I said if it is a woman, I hope she's cute.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, there's not a lot in the news. I'm just looking at stuff right now. A lot of stupid people on Google Plus, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Myself included sometimes.
Yeah. If anybody else, I wonder if anybody else in the comment section got an invite. Huh. I sent everybody an invite, you know, everybody that I was following. I'm pretty sure everybody got an invite.
I don't know.
You have to wait and see. Oh, man.
Yeah, there's not much going on. Some really nice keyboards for the iPad mini.
Yeah.
They're going down in price. And mine was like $100. It sucked.
Yeah. I recently got, a while back I got one of those, I don't know what, I forgot what it was called, but it was like an iPad.
Yeah, I really like mine a lot.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to get a new one.
Nah. Let's see. Hold on one second. It appears someone didn't get an invite. I'm sending it to you now. If your name comes up, let's see. Ah, perfect.
Frank Gifford died.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That sucks.
He was 84 years old. I mean,
Yeah.
he had a good long life.
Mr. Paul.
Hello.
So what's going on?
Not much. Just settling in.
That's good.
See what kind of mess. See what kind of mess we have today.
Yeah, I decided to have a little bit of a hangout. You know, I got another engagement I got to participate in after the hangout. So this one's probably not going to be as long as normal. You know what I mean?
That's
Oh my
okay.
God, it's 11 o'clock already.
But I was telling you, Paul. You know, I figure, you know, since I haven't had a hangout for a while, you know, I'd like to have a hangout for a little bit before I go do my other stuff.
Yeah, just.
Yeah, because I haven't had one, and you know, I like to have hangouts as often as I can, you know, to talk to you guys. I enjoy it.
I just went through a few things. I'm a little bit upset at the moment. Pictures of my wife.
Oh, okay.
So I was looking for something else, and oh, gee. So I'll be all right.
Yeah.
At least half left.
Yeah. That's why.
Any subject? Any ideas?
No, just talking about anything, man. I don't have anything really, you know, in mind to talk about. What did you want to talk about?
No.
The guy.
Not really want to talk about it too much. Real quick, you know, Pat Robertson opened his stupid trap again.
Oh, Pat Robertson. You mean Skeletor? Oh, that guy, man.
Telling grandparents they should take care, make sure their grandchildren, if the parents are atheists, get them to,
Yeah, I seen that article today. I was gonna make a video about it, but
You should, because if you don't, I should start myself because,
yeah,
the guy has no idea what boundaries are.
yeah. Well, hey Paul, if you happen to run across the article again, send me the link or something on.
Somebody's put it on YouTube.
What did he say this time?
Well, basically, let's see. Well, Spectacular Talk has a short on it. But anyway, Christians, get your grandchildren to a Christian school. The parents are atheists.
What, the grandparents are Christian?
Well, of course, they would have to be Christian to put them in Christian school. I mean, why would an atheist grandparent do that?
That's not what I'm saying. Is it that the parents are atheists, the grandparents are Christian?
Yeah.
So he's telling the grandparents to not do what the parents want.
Right.
I would. You know what? He's a fucking idiot. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he doesn't know boundaries.
It's beyond that even. Is that it's so fucked up. You're right. He doesn't know boundaries, but it's the most basic courtesy.
Well, see, his bottom line is we got to save those children.
It's fucked up.
He's a fucking knuckle dragger, man. That guy.
Bless.
Oh, gee.
Like is
Cool.
it?
I think my brain fell out of my head after that one.
Jesus. Well, you need a spatula now. Scoop that up.
Yeah.
All I could think of when you were just saying that, Paul, was what my sister would do if my parents did something like that, and I would back her 100%. Or what I would do. How dare he say that?
I mean, how they're Muslim parents or they
Doesn't
decide to
matter.
become Jewish. Oh, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't. But where does he think he gets off giving that type of advice outside of because right or wrong we follow God,
He's a fucking idiot.
Oh,
I find it just ridiculously insulting.
I mean, how they're Muslim parents or
Mr. Ludic.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, man.
Yeah. Let me digress to real quick. I guess you all see Star Trek, right? When they went to search for God. Spock's brother. Right? They went to search for God. And that's where the phrase comes, what does God need with a starship? You ever heard that phrase?
No.
Oh, okay, because this so-called deity wanted the starship to get... Well, anyway, if anybody else knows that one, I could say, look it up, and it's like, what does God need with a starship? And I think it was the wrong question. Why does a God need an apologist?
Exactly.
Well,
if a God was all powerful, certainly he wouldn't need a fucking human being to do anything.
Right.
it isn't that God needs an apologist; it's that the people do.
Then he's not doing his job as a God.
Well, it depends what his it's. A Christian would probably say, Slick would probably say that it's not for us to decide what God's job is.
Then it's time to get a new God.
I agree with you 100%. Our human logic is not sufficient, I guess.
Then he ought to get his ass in gear. Why would you worship a god that's so incompetent?
Well, I think immoral.
Exactly. That is a good question. That'd be like the equivalent of me buying a bike, if you will, for a hypothetical 2-year-old boy that I have, and I give him the bike, knowing full well that he can't ride the bike, but I still make him ride the bike, and I punish him because he fell off of it.
Yeah.
Right.
Almost all those. Nephilim Free's talking about the power of the devil right now in another.
Good. He should be talking about the power of his drink.
Like
Power of the devil.
You know?
How does an archangel compare to a god?
An archangel?
His thinking is what led to like witch burning and all this stuff, man.
Right. That's one of the first things they say when these people start talking about demons and stuff. That's why I said you're going to go back to witch burning.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Because that's exactly where it leads to.
Yeah.
You look in all the third world countries where you have people in religious power and stuff, and what's happening? They're burning people. They're killing people because of witchcraft.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit. There's Christians right now in Africa that are doing that shit.
That's what I just said. Yeah.
Yeah.
Third world countries.
Yep. So when I hear Christians here in the States say that, all this bullshit, I just, have to call them a bunch of hypocrites, man.
It's 2015 and they're talking about things that are it's mythology from 1,000 years ago.
Just go up to your counter and scratch off the 20. It's the year 15 with some of these people.
Mr. Sam the Scientist.
How are you, my friend?
It's an honor to have you here, sir.
Oh, little me? I don't know, man.
Hey, Sam, I have a request for you.
Sure.
Will you do a video about the peer review process?
Sure. I mean, I had a reviewer. Actually, do you guys want to hear a funny story? I can't get too specific with this, but this is something that actually happened in peer review maybe 2 or 3 months ago.
But it's incredibly rigorous, isn't it?
Yeah, so this is the funny story. So what happens is you have an editor assigned to you, and you have a couple reviewers who are deemed to be experts by the editor. And so one of the reviewers said that they were skeptical of one of the methods that was actually a figure that I generated myself for the paper. The funniest thing is that in this same journal, we had published a paper on that method the year before. So basically, we had a reviewer of a journal saying that he didn't accept a method that the journal had already accepted a year ago. It's just a little bit funny,
Well, it is, but it's kind of interesting because it sounds to me like it shows that the journals that it is actually a blind peer review.
Yeah, obviously this guy had not read our earlier paper, which you can say rightly or wrongly qualifies him or disqualifies him. But
I would say
it is
neither.
But there were some pretty harsh reviews. I will tell you that much. Both papers that I've been a part of the process with, they're trying to be as savage as possible with you. I can assure you that it's not a system where people are just getting, slaps on the back.
No kissy kiss.
No, and the motivation is that they want to get the credit They don't want somebody else to get the credit that they've been working for.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's also, it's their reputation. If they let
Yeah.
a bad paper get by, it reflects poorly on the editor. And, the editor has an ego themselves. It's all driven by reputation, which thankfully is a very powerful force.
It works. Self-governing.
Yeah, we have a chance. I want to ask you a question there, because unfortunately, it was another chat room you're on, and they had that pornography guy come in there a couple times. Dave S. had it.
Yeah, that was really upsetting, because we were in the middle of a good conversation, and I can't remember what we were talking about. It was a few days ago.
What happened?
Some guy porn bombed Dave S.'s Hangout.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Twice,
yeah.
Was it at least good porn?
No, it was
Doesn't
meat
matter.
spin.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Oh, that makes it even worse.
But I have a question for you, Sam, about the peer-reviewed papers, because they're not really public domain by and large, right?
It depends on the journal, but a lot of journals will only offer one paper for non-subscribers per issue, and it's what's supposed to be the most influential paper in the entire issue.
Okay, the reason I'm asking this is because I was on a forum, and it was about the new glasses Enchroma is putting out. I don't know if you've seen that for colorblind people.
No, it's not. That's not my area. I have to say that
I
people
understand.
shouldn't. Like I just want to say this for people in general,
Yeah.
and I know you know this because we've already talked about this, but I'm only an expert in the areas that I have training in. Just
Right.
by virtue of being a scientist, there are a lot of things I don't know.
Well,
With your feet.
I'm not asking about that. It's that they wouldn't buy into these glasses unless they seen a peer-reviewed scientific paper on these glasses. And I said, they might not be out there on the internet for me to find, because I looked. They don't have to release those things to the internet.
There may not even be a paper on it like that. It may just be a patented product.
Well, if there's a paper, you'd know the name. You'd know they'd be able to cite the paper, but you just wouldn't have the name of the paper.
Like I said, I searched.
Work with a specific type of color blindness. There's different types of color blindness.
Right. Well, they even say that when they're cite. I mean, to everything I've seen on it, it looks on the up and up. As a matter of fact, it's in our video today, and of course they said maybe 80% of people they can help.
You can take a test on their website. You can take a test on their website. I had a friend of mine do it, and they basically said it won't work for him.
Okay, see, I mean,
But apparently it works for some types of color blindness, so.
Yeah, look, if you have all three cones, and the red and green are overlapping too much, then you have the color blindness set in.
What's the company called?
Enchroma.
EN or just N?
No, Enchroma.
Okay.
And anyway, and I just got tired of fighting these bastards, That's all I can call them. And I said, that's it, I'm off of this subject. Because I was linking all kinds of stuff. There's a museum right now. They're loaning the glasses out to anybody that comes in there who's colorblind to help them. A few other things. And because I can't find a paper doesn't mean just because there was a scientific paper with any subject doesn't mean it's out there for access for Joe Blow to find it.
You know what? You can't even tell that they're very cool. The glasses are. I'm looking at the website.
Yeah, but
I wouldn't even know.
There's a lot of videos out there. Like I said, there was one guy who didn't have very good results, and That's the way it is. But by and large, people who are shown this are showing good results. I mean, they're independent of the company.
It's pretty cool.
And does this mean they're seeing color vision? It blocks part of the frequency, so there's going to be some colors that aren't getting through. So if you do take a test for color blindness, it's not going. They would say it's not going to be effective. But that's not their thing. They're trying to do. They're trying to give you more than what you have now. You know, if they don't give you the full spectrum, they're going to give you a lot of the spectrum.
But you know what, Paul?
What?
It's a starting point also. The technology is where it's at today, and in a year or 2 years or 10 years, it will have advanced probably substantially.
I agree there, because they've been working on it for 10 years, but doesn't mean they might not be able to get a
biological issue, and some people don't have certain cones to can pick up certain. I think with gene therapy, what they'll be able to do is just inject into the site and introduce genetic material, and it'll happen, right? I mean,
you still got to get that into the cells.
Well, that's not the issue. It's as it stands, we don't have really the technology to insert genes in a way that we can guarantee that people aren't going to get cancer.
Right.
And that's the biggest issue.
Yeah, there's all kinds of crap that gets in there.
Well, that's not correct.
Where with the glasses, no invasion whatsoever outside of putting a pair of glasses on and see what happens.
Well, it's not all kinds of stuff gets in there. That's not how it works. I mean, the issue.
Well, maybe for some people it does. Is it possible that
No, that's not. I mean, that's just not how current genetic engineering works.
Okay.
I understand that part. I ain't got hours to go through all the stuff that might be out there.
That's perfectly fine. I would just suggest not saying things very confidently that you don't know.
That's
all I would suggest.
I can't see how you're going to target specific genes within the eye.
Oh, I mean, it's pretty easy. You can insert different genes.
Right.
Using a retrovirus, that's fairly easy. There's a new technology called CRISPR, which uses a mechanism, in a protein from bacteria, a construct that we isolated in bacteria that can allow you to edit genes.
Okay.
But that's not yet we can't get that that'll work more on the germline. It doesn't necessarily work as well in live culture, but yeah, I mean those are the two main ones.
But the other problem, I know this is your forte, but the other problem I see is you already have a bad gene in there, so it's producing bad molecule, the molecules that are not, that are off for receptors. So how do you get rid of those guys?
Well, you can do with CRISPR. You could easily do that. That's not even a barrier. CRISPR has the most targeted gene knockouts of technology.
That's actually what I'm saying, but that's what you got to do. You got to knock out the old information.
Yeah, that's not hard to do. I mean, knocking stuff out is way, way easier than inserting new stuff safely.
Okay.
I mean, that's not the issue. Isn't you'll get contamination. That's not the issue. The problem is that a lot of times when you're using the current best way to insert a gene is to retrovirally infect a group of cells with copies of the gene. Well, whenever you have a retrovirus, infecting cells, it's not that efficient of a process. A lot of cells will die, but more importantly, in my opinion, is the fact that when you're inserting genes, shit can go wrong very easily. You can get too many copies of a gene, or something else can get accidentally inserted. You get these things called teratomas, which are they're not cancerous, but they're pretty close to being cancer. So
well, you're saying right away you could have a lot of, you don't want your cells in your eyes to die, not the retina. It defeats the whole purpose.
Well, I don't know that it would. I don't think it would cause like all of them to die.
You don't want any of them to die.
But
they don't replace.
I'm pretty sure they divide still.
I don't know if cones do or not. I don't know.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the only cells that are known to not really divide very much are neurons, but even then you can get neurogenesis happens pretty often, actually.
Well, they are, cones are nerve cells. If I'm not mistaken.
Cones are not nerve cells.
They aren't?
No. Because nerve cells...
Then how are they firing off information then?
Well, they transduce signals that are then propagated by nerves. I mean, the connection from the eye to the brain is the optic nerve.
Right.
So, I mean, there aren't, as far as I know, in that sense, cones are not nerves.
Okay, I would have to check on that, but whatever.
Well, I mean, I can look it up right now. I'm at a computer. I'm submitting a job to my supercomputer in the lab right now, so I can pretty easily.
But my main point was in the beginning, anyway, is that scientific papers don't have to be, let to the general public.
It's a photoreceptor cell. It's not a nerve cell.
Okay.
Paul, how severe is your color blindness?
Oh, I'm not colorblind.
Oh, okay.
It's just something since childhood that I learned about that always goes through my mind when I see red and green together. It's just one of those things, It's like hearing a song in your head and you can't get rid of it.
Sure.
It's not that bad, but like I say, times like Christmas.
It would be worse to hear a song that you couldn't forget if I was the person singing the song.
I think I would forget that real quick because I put a gun to my head.
Yeah, it's a good idea. So.
Damn it! That's not the command I wanted to do.
I did the color blind test, and I have normal color vision.
Yeah, my profession in the Air Force, I had to have color vision. No, it's just something I think about for some reason every so often, especially around Christmas when you got all the lights.
Yeah.
And everything's nice and pretty.
So no errors. All of my jobs were submitted successfully to the supercomputer.
Is it a supercomputer or is it a super duper?
Do you guys leverage GPUs?
I don't know that we
Everybody does now.
I have no idea. I could look up the specs, but it's ridiculously powerful. I mean, we're talking this thing costs about $500,000. So
wow.
It's
Did you see that link I just posted? It's to some gene research that has to do with color blindness. Interesting.
Yeah, but I'm
on my phone actually right now. But what's the article about?
Gene therapy.
It's a company that's figured out a way to do gene therapy to correct color blindness in these monkeys, and then they did a test that they believe proves that the monkeys can see color.
What technology are they using?
Viruses to deliver the genetic material, I believe. I'm not too sure.
Do you mind looking at the link and just reading it? For just because I'm curious, and I'm not at my computer, obviously.
Our lab focused the outfit's NEITZvision.com. And it says our lab focuses on the mechanisms of color vision. Here you will have the opportunity to learn more about color vision if you are new to the field. Learn about some of our current research if you're a color vision veteran or just browse through.
I'm just wondering what technology they're using, because I don't. Okay. I'm very skeptical about. I mean, you can use. It's so hard to get retroviral therapies. Like, to my knowledge, there are no retroviral therapies that have been approved.
Here's their press release. It says Researchers at the Eye Institute of the University of Washington, that's I guess where they are, have successfully used gene therapy to cure color blindness in adult monkeys. Red-green color blindness, which results from the loss of either the red or green sensitive visual pigment in the eye, is the most common genetic disorder. 1 in 12 men and 1 in 230 women are affected, while 1 in 6 women is a carrier. The work is a culmination of more than 8 years of research performed in collaboration with laboratories at the University of Florida and the Medical College of Wisconsin. The research used a computerized test for human color blindness that was similar to the well-known textbooks, in which colored numbers or symbols were concealed in a pattern of dots. Prior to the treatment, the monkeys were trained to touch the location of the colored patch hidden among gray dots. Similar to the colorblind humans, the monkeys could not distinguish red or green. But following treatment that added the missing visual pigment gene, the monkeys passed the test easily for all colors.
So
Do they say what the treatment is? Is it just a retroviral?
I'm going down here. Yeah, it's for laymen, right? This stuff's all for us laymen. So, okay, here we where we go here. Popular. The success in treating color blindness complements ongoing gene therapy trials for a blinding disorder, Leber's congenital something or other, progressive disease that causes. So I guess this is how the research trail came from. They're saying here therapeutic gene. The initial phases of the LCA trials are safety studies in which a therapeutic gene was administered to patients with advanced disease. How do they do that? How do they introduce it?
Well, they're definitely. I mean, they're probably. If the therapy's been ongoing for 8 years, then it's probably a retroviral insertion. Because CRISPR is only 2 or 3 years old.
This paper is supposed to be really huge. It's called "Cracking the Color Code" in their field that these guys published.
What journal is it in?
It's just coming up now. Oh, no, that didn't come up. I found it at one point somewhere. Cited here in their links. Their webpage sucks, eh? Oh, it's right in the page here. It's just the page sucks.
Because that's huge.
I think it'll actually render pretty good on a phone. That would actually render all right on a phone, I think.
Well, I can't see the chat. On a phone, yeah.
Oh,
that's why I'm asking, is because I can't.
The circuit demonstration here. Does this bring it up? Yeah, they even have a little. Is this Java? What the hell is this? They got a little Flash app here where you can put in like wavelengths and stuff, and they figured out something to do with the neurons and the connections and stuff. Some of the models and stuff for this, they put into deep learning networks for Google's like supercomputer stuff that's doing that image analysis. That's where they're using GPUs. They got a bunch of NVIDIA GPUs, big huge racks of them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it works exactly the same. It's kind of like convolution layers. It's similar to it. Anyway, way over my head.
Well,
but it's interesting. Yeah, it's interesting to see that the monkeys weren't negatively affected by the virus. I assume they used to introduce the genetic material, but the fact that they appear to have cured color blindness in those monkeys and stuff is pretty amazing. I know another group has been growing teeth. They figured out ways to kickstart teeth growing. So you think in 50 years you'll probably see that, eh? They'll just yank a tooth out and they'll inject stem cells and boom, a tooth will grow back out of your head. That's what's going to happen. But it's a fearful thing. It's a scary thing in terms of like a haves not thing. You can see it. It's bad enough with medical. Can you imagine these powerful technologies,
But you know what? Eventually the have-nots get it. It just has to get cheaper.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, imagine getting your teeth knocked out in a fight and they'll just grow back.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. I could sure use it right now. I got a molar freaking bothering me. I got like about $1,500 in the bank if I'm lucky. Halfway through, well, the month's just started, so I'm all right. And then now my tooth, you know, it's like fuck. Dentists are expensive.
Yeah, they are.
Shit happens.
Well, they need money to shoot lions. I digress.
Yeah. I was getting my eyes tested one time at this place, and this guy owned like one of those chains, you know, for glasses and stuff. And he was an optometrist guy. He was an East Indian guy, born in Canada, like neat guy, and liked him. He did a good job. I went back. He was great. But anyway, he was sitting there talking with this younger optometrist guy, and they were talking about buying Lamborghinis. Because like they opened a dealership in Calgary, man. They're talking about buying Lamborghinis. I'm like listening to them. I'm thinking, holy shit! How much money do you guys make doing this, man?
How many Lamborghinis were they planning on buying?
Well, the guy already owned one, and the young guy was talking about when he's gonna get his, right, in like 5 or 6 years or something.
Oh, okay.
They got a little club and they race him around. So
I wouldn't race one around if I had it. Fuck that. No. I'd baby it, man.
oh yeah, they're beautiful Lambos. They're awesome cars.
And plus, with me, I think it would be pretty much pointless to have a Lambo because I can't fit in one.
Yeah, it's funny. You got to be a small little guy like me to get inside one, man.
Yep. There's no way that this 6'4", 375-pound dude is gonna fit in a Lambo.
You know what's funny? What is it? Those bugs, you know, bugs, the VW bug, they actually fit guys like you quite well because they got this huge headroom because the way it's curved, the ceiling, you know. I don't know if the Volkswagen Bug, you know, the remake of it. They fit big dudes. It's like it's a funny car that way.
Yeah, I sat in one actually. I was actually surprised to know that I actually fit in one. You know what I mean? Because I thought that I wouldn't fit in one, but the moment I sat in it, I was actually that surprised. You know, I was like, damn.
Yeah, they have huge headroom.
Yep. So when I interested in a car, you know, I tried to get one that's, you know, decent enough for me to be able to fit in. Either that or I would like to get me a truck, you know. One of them big trucks where you need a stepping stool or a ladder to get in. That would be my size. That would be perfect for me.
I just use a van.
Yeah.
It's a short box, old Astro van. I wish they still made them. They're great for the kind of work I do. Like a low voltage or electrician or something like that. It's really good. HVAC guy.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know, man. I mean, there's a lot of different vehicles out there that interest me, but the problem is that they're too damn small, man. All of them. Can't fit in them.
It's horrible. I'm 5'10", average height, everything fits. It's horrible.
You can fit into pretty much any vehicle, huh, Paul?
Yep. Average height.
Must be nice, man. Yeah.
Oh, Sam's back.
Yes, Sam. I was wondering what happened to you, Sam.
Oh, I wanted to switch to my laptop.
Oh, and by the way, I saw your video today that you made.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I had a really hard time making that video without laughing because of how stupid the video I was responding to was.
Oh, you made a
Can
video.
you post a link to your main channel? Is it under your other channels? You should add your main channel to your channels list in the like the Hangout listing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really fucking lazy with that stuff. Probably why, like.
Is it called Sam the Scientist too?
No, it's called Scientist Sam, just to confuse people. But yeah, yeah, it's. I wish I could be more professional about my YouTube videos, but like I have shit to do. So, you know, it's one of those things where
the bunkers list. That's funny.
I've like already like. It's really funny because I have subscribers who are like, you need to like get like actual equipment. I was like, no, I'm broke. Like I don't need to. That's actually the furthest thing from things I need to buy, and I do spend money on some dumb shit.
Yeah.
But I'm, you know, I get paid a grad student salary. It's not a lot of money. I don't know where this rumor came in where I have money. Like I really don't. Like it makes me chuckle when people think I do. Our department, we actually have to, or my program, we're actually advocating because our stipends haven't adjusted with inflation for a couple years, which it should.
What particular field?
Bioinformatics and systems biology.
Wow, neat. Cool.
Yeah, just lots of code. Pretty much what I do. Code and cancer.
What do you mean by code? Do you mean computer programming?
Yeah. I don't do any wet lab work. All I do is what is it? All I do is computer work. So
you mean processing genetic information?
That's not what I do, but it's a subfield.
What language?
Huh?
What language?
Depends on the task. A lot of Python, a lot of R.
Okay.
But it depends. I do a lot of shell scripting, especially at the moment. But I kind of have to learn. I kind of fly by the seat of my pants a lot of the time with learning stuff. Actually, some MATLAB as well.
Oh, come on, Sam. You know true empiricism can wipe the floor with you.
I do, yeah, you know, I'm just not quite as smart as he is.
I know, right? He has an intellectual position that just cannot be matched.
He's so dishonest. It's the worst part.
Well, his arrogance is easily the worst part.
Well, that's part of his dishonesty. His arrogance, I think, is him thinking that he's convincing people of just the stupidest shit. That's why I brought up the whole peer review thing, by the way, was because he was talking about how scientists dictate things. I was like, no, they don't.
He compared scientists to the police.
Yeah, exactly.
And like, A, that's poisoning the well, but also B, that's not a good comparison. I can't pull someone over with a copy of my CV and be like, I'm a scientist.
You're not coercing people. Scientists don't coerce people.
It's a terrible analogy. I shouldn't need to justify any amount of mockery for that type of idiocy. I shouldn't. It's like.
Well, he's just being provocative too, and he doesn't even. It's so obvious, and he doesn't even. He doesn't. I don't know if he thinks people don't see through it. He's just obnoxious. He's obnoxious in his stupidity.
Yeah, and the thing with me is, if I don't know anything about a certain topic that's being discussed, I simply won't talk about it. He does.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've said this before, is I don't actually believe he has any education in organic chemistry because I've taken organic chemistry, and we don't talk about half the shit that he talks about. Like, we don't talk about, like, what are the elements that are found in the human body. I've never had that covered in a class. And I've taken quite a few biology classes and chemistry classes.
Maybe grade 10 or 11, eh?
Perhaps. I mean, it's really funny because he doesn't talk like an organic chemist.
Maybe I heard that you could get PhDs online.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he got it from the same trailer that Kevin Hovind got his from.
Oh, I hate that, man.
Oh, Ken Hovind is a walking, talking tragedy, man.
I mean, I don't really think. Like, here's the thing: is I never want to actually engage him, like one-on-one. Like, I have no reason to. Like, I'm dignifying him by doing that, and he's, but I will respond to what he says if I can make it hilarious and informative. Because fuck, I mean, his that kind of idiocy is the gift that keeps on giving in the world.
I wonder where the hell he was when he made that video, man. It looked like some wasteland or some shit.
Oh, true empiricism. Yeah, that's why I had to make fun of it. Like, I know that I make most of my videos, or pretty much all of them, if I don't do a car ramble, are in either my bedroom or in my kitchen. But I'm like, listen, like I have a nice apartment. Like I don't make it outside of a burning crack house. It's really funny because the only reason I make fun of it is I'm very self-effacing. I have a tiny fucking apartment. But I mean I like it, but and it's a good location. But I'm not living in the Ritz by any means. I just find it funny when someone acts really self-important and they really just have no business being self-important.
Yeah, I see what you're saying there, man. Oh shit, that guy is a character, let me tell you.
And also, I'm not being serious when I'm insulting and stuff. I just think it's funny. But that when he makes a video response or he makes a comment on my video, he's gonna be whining. How dare you attack where I live? I was not brought up with. Shut the fuck up! I was joking.
Yeah.
But he's gonna do it because that's what he always does. Because sometimes I'll make a crack at the fact that he looks like he has not slept in 17 days in most of his videos.
Who is this guy?
True empiricism.
What's his name?
True empiricism.
True empiricism. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys, I'm going to sleep. I hope you all have a good night.
Okay, Eric, you have a good night.
All right, take care, guys.
So, John, I heard that you're...
Is he like that guy, the alien scientist?
Nah, here, just type this into YouTube.
I got it.
You'll find him. Yeah.
So what's up, Sam?
I heard that you're trying to lose a little bit of weight. How's that going?
Pretty good. I lost about 15 pounds in the last 6 days.
What approach are you taking?
It's an extreme diet that I had when I first started track and field when I was in high school. And it has to do with me eating very little and also exercising on top of that. And I do lose a lot of weight rather quickly. In fact, let's see. Right before I worked for the maximum security penitentiary here where I'm at, we had to go through some training, at a corrections academy. And we were there for 6 weeks. I lost almost 70 pounds in 6 weeks.
Jeez.
When I went on that diet and did all the MMA training and all of that horse shit that they have there, I lost almost 70 pounds in 6 weeks.
Damn.
Yep.
Wow.
What's the diet look like? What's breakfast for you?
What's that?
What do you have for breakfast, lunch, that kind of stuff?
Well, this morning I had I try to eat things that really don't have a lot of calories. So I'll typically tackle make maybe a packet or two of ramen noodles in the morning with maybe one egg, and then that'll be it for the whole entire day. And then maybe later on that night, you know, like around this time, for example, I might snack on something, you know. And on this particular day, I've already snacked on something, so I'm good for the day, you know. Even though I'm still hungry, I just, you know, don't eat. I force myself not to eat.
It's tough. That I do not envy that diet. I'm eating really clean because I have a jiu-jitsu tournament coming up. So
oh wow!
It's the last week before and it's on Saturday. So I'm just I have to diet down a little bit because I walk around maybe 3 or 4 pounds heavier than my weight class.
Yeah.
I'm always interested in that kind of stuff because everyone has their own theory.
Oh yeah. Everybody's always going to find out something that works best for them.
Yeah, it just depends.
With me, you know, it might sound a little morbid, but it's a combination of starvation and exercise.
Yeah, I mean, I just eat really clean, and I'm still trying to figure out the exact balance. But I have the tournament week down to pretty much a science, which, you know, it just takes. I end up, you know, weighing in like a little bit light, which is awesome because I can eat the day of the tournament, and I'm facing a bunch of guys that starved themselves. I like having that mental advantage.
Oh yeah. Best of luck to you in the tournament, by the way.
We'll see. I think it'll go well. I've been training hard, so it's kind of out of my hands at this point, you know?
Yeah.
It's in God's hands now. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, it is in God's hands. After all, Sam, he's the ultimate sensei.
Yeah. It's really funny. My coach, he's extremely religious, and I have no problem with it because he's like, oh, you know, like, this is what I believe. This is really important to me. He's not obnoxious. Like, that's the funniest thing. Like, our jiu-jitsu team is actually named after a book in the Bible. So, like, but I don't care, like, because he doesn't proselytize to us or anything like that.
Yeah.
I just don't talk about religion with him because he's extremely religious.
Yeah. Is the tournament you're attending local, or do you have to travel?
I'm flying to Chicago. It's my first time competing in Chicago because I'm originally from Chicago, so it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Plus, I get to visit some friends, have some pizza after I'm done with the tournament. It'll be a lot of fun.
Well, I have to say, when I trained in Taekwondo for 6 years, I never really fought professionally or fought in any tournaments or anything like that. I just trained, you know. I never really had that experience. I can imagine that it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, there's really no feeling like making a guy tap out. There's really no pure form of domination over another person. I'd imagine a knockout's the same thing.
I know, right?
But, you know, it's just nice to have, you know, your training just kick in and just see the results of your hard work. That's what it's more about. That's way more satisfying than, you know, I can go into the gym and, you know, wrestle someone who's not as good as me and tap them out. Yeah. So I don't really get an ego gratification from doing it, you know, in public. It's more about, you know, am I getting the best out of myself in a competition setting?
That works.
But I've been competing all my life in some sport, so I mean, I've been doing organized sports since I was 4 years old. So it's kind of just something I don't know how to not do something competitive. It's kind of a problem. It's definitely a problem, but it's a good problem.
The thing with me is, when I was in high school, I played for my high school football team, and then I did track and field. Yeah, I was a big time jock, man. And I was there, you know, I was 6'2" at the time, and I weighed, I don't know, about 275 pounds, man. I was a pretty big guy, and they end up sticking me in the center on my football team. And I had a great time. The only thing I didn't like is when people decided to take it upon themselves to clip me, man, on the knees.
Oof.
My
You must
knees
have really messed up your knees.
Oh yeah, I've got both my knees are screwed up. I've already had to have surgery on my left knee because of the MMA training that I had, and I blew my knee out during that training, and I had to go have surgery and quit that shit. You know, so I was a little pissed off about it.
Yeah, God designed the knee real well.
I know, right? I had a meniscal tear.
Oof.
Yeah, and after the it was because of the MMA training, and it really messed up my knee. And after that, I can't even run, man, because my left leg locks up on me.
It's definitely tough.
Yeah.
I don't know. I did track and field and cross country in high school and college. So I played hockey for a while, but I ended up just being better at track, since a lot of it's just willpower and conditioning. I had both of those in spades, always, in any sport. So.
Do you watch the UFC, Sam?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan.
What'd you think of Ronda?
I mean, I think she's just at a different level from all these other girls.
Oh yeah, this last fight she was in, she won it in 14 seconds, man.
I think this one was 30 seconds, but the one before was 14.
Oh, okay, never mind. I got them reversed. My bad.
I mean, yeah, you're not. I mean, you're off by. You have the length of the fight. I mean, she's just a badass bitch. I can't take anything. Like, the thing is she is a legitimate, world-class athlete against a bunch of girls who just have no business being in the cage with her.
Yeah. They call her a slaughterhouse in a blouse.
Yeah, that's what Eminem called her.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan. She's beast. I never want to wrestle her. Unless it's without clothes on, then I really want to wrestle her. But
I don't know about even then. I wouldn't even wrestle her. Fuck that.
I don't think I'd be having sex with her so much as she'd be having sex with me. You get my drift.
Okay, and the downside of that is?
Oh no, I'd still gladly do it.
Okay. Make sure.
No, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it'd be funny. Especially because she walks around about the same weight as I do. I'm taller, but she's thicker.
Oh, that man, dude, she'd be telling you what to do, Sam.
No, absolutely. She would put me in an arm bar.
Yeah, they started calling her what did they start calling her? The arm collector.
Yeah.
She likes to collect people's arms quickly.
There are videos of her like tapping out like UFC fighters who are like 200 pounds.
Yeah. I want to see her fight that one girl. They say it would be a pretty good match. I don't know though. That girl, that lady that goes by the name of Cyborg.
It's hard to say because I don't know that Cyborg can make the weight. I've trained in the same room as Cyborg. She is a big girl. She's like, she walks around like 170 pounds.
Yeah.
Like, she is a big girl. I don't know how she's supposed to make 135 pounds.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess there's this nutritionist, George Lockhart, who says he can get her down. But,
unless unless what's her name? Unless Rhonda goes up a little bit.
Oh no, he doesn't want to.
Oh, okay.
She doesn't want to. She won't.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, it's just she doesn't have any competition.
Hey, Sam. Hey Sam, has anyone ever told you sort of look like Mark Zuckerberg?
Yeah, a lot of people have told me that. My friend likes when we're at bars. Like I have a friend that'll pretend he'll say, "Oh, like that he'll go up and he'll tell girls that I'm Mark Zuckerberg's younger brother."
I think I got a deer out here. Anyway,
Huh?
I keep showing people when I'm on here when the deer walk outside my door because it's kind of cool. That's too dark. You can hear him.
Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg. I seen a picture of him with The Rock the other day on Facebook.
The Rock could just put him between his thighs and crush Zuckerberg to death.
I know, right?
Also,
What
The
I said-
Rock's body, totally natural. There's no chance he's taking steroids, wink wink.
Oh, I know. Fuck.
If that guy is not on steroids, I'm just going to cry.
Yeah,
But
'cause The
he's-
Rock, I mean, goddamn, that dude's built like a brick shithouse, man.
He's been, like, his discipline, like, his Instagram is ridiculous from what I hear. From everything that I hear, is he's just the most insanely, is just the most insanely, like, disciplined guy in the gym, and he's very, very intense. But
Yeah.
he's Jesus, he's 43 years old. Yeah, he's got to be on the sauce. Zero chance.
I know, right?
Zero chance he's that big naturally at 43.
Yeah. Well, because when he,
Which also no disrespect. If he's not on steroids, I am an even bigger fan because what he does takes a ton of discipline.
yeah.
Even if he is on the juice.
Yeah, because he lives out by the Florida Everglades, and he said that he goes to a gym there locally when he's between movies or whatever he's doing, right? And he goes, if you're gonna go down there just to meet me, I'm gonna run your candy ass right out of the fucking gym, he said. And not only am I gonna do that, I'm gonna mentally break you down in this gym to where you're not even gonna want to come here anymore. I'm like, damn. You come here to work out, not to talk or anything, he says. He doesn't like to talk when he lifts.
Here, look at this.
So are you like that guy from Generation X? In the novel, one of the young hacker, smart type guys in it was like a nerd like me, but he was like a bodybuilder guy like you on top of it. There's just not a lot of alpha nerds.
I am not a bodybuilder.
Fighter, whatever. Like, I think there's Stephen Watt. Have you ever heard of him? Anyway,
I don't know who that is.
He's just a hacker, but he was this big, tall, crazy motherfucker you'd never think was a nerd, right? Like a hacker, right? He was like 6'4" and ripped.
I'm not big. I'm like 150 pounds, 5'8". I'm not a bit like 5'9". I'm not big. I mean, and also like I don't carry the weight. I carry it very differently than most guys who do jiu-jitsu. I have huge legs. And
I would think you have a high metabolism, Sam.
I do, but I also eat. I'm super disciplined about my diet.
Yeah.
So, because my grandmother was morbidly obese, and I just never want to look like that. Yeah, when I was younger, I could eat anything, and my senior year of high school, all I did was lift. After I got into college, all I did was lift weights and run. And I had like an 8-pack, and I was eating just high octane shit.
How the hell did you get? Now, see, here's the problem with me. Because when I was in football, right, I used to lift weights religiously, man. I used to go every morning and do it, and then go to school. and then after school I go and do it again, right? And I used to ingest all of this protein. I used to drink raw eggs. I used to do all kinds of shit. And I don't know if what I was doing wrong, but I could only come up with a 4-pack, man. You know what I mean?
Part of it's genetic. I mean,
Yeah.
some guys just have. It sucks, but some guys just have broader abdominal muscles, and the breadth of your abdominal muscle, that's genetically determined. So sometimes you just need a lower body fat percentage.
Oh, okay.
And, like, I mean, if you get low enough with body fat percentage, anyone has a 6-pack, but it is easier for some people to have a visible 6-pack than others.
Yeah.
And I am sort of in the middle of that spectrum.
I'm on the complete opposite end.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, like when I wake up in the morning and I'm dehydrated, and especially like before a fight, especially if I have to cut a bunch of weight, I mean, like I look shredded like before, but I haven't really been lifting weights. I need to start. I do have a lifting program written for me, but
Yeah.
I just haven't gotten to it. I've been busy and all that stuff. So that's the Rock's cheat day I linked in the side chat.
Yeah.
Did you see that? 12 pancakes.
What's that? Yeah.
Did you see this? It's ridiculous.
I'll take a look at it here in a second. What's up, Albany?
Hey guys. Thanks for letting me join. It's super boring here. So.
No problem. No problem. So it's pretty dead at the end, at your neck of the woods.
Yeah, I was working on a blog and just got bored. So came out here to see what you're doing and have a live hangout. So I figured I'd crash for a little while.
Yo, yeah, and I wanted to congratulate you on hitting your subscriber. Congratulate you on hitting your subscriber base to your 500. I watched your hangout the other day.
That was a really fun hangout. It was a blast. I'm glad everyone was able to join did.
Yeah.
Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3.
I can hear you.
Yep.
Thanks.
How have you been?
What's up?
I said, how have you been?
Pretty good. It's just making videos. You know how I am. I turn out at least 1 or 2 a day. Like I have nothing else to do. I'm that pathetic.
I like your videos, so you're fine. I would rather have someone that has good content release a video a day and fill up my newsfeed than follow someone that releases like 2 videos a year.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some people that I've even heard that pump out about 20 or 30 videos a day, but I won't mention names in here.
I don't know how you have enough time to do that, but then again, Jason Burns, what?
I was gonna say it's not too hard for me, but then again, when they're 15 seconds, it's not too hard to do anything.
Well, see, the thing that I like about your videos, Albany, is they're quick and to the point right away. Pshum, pshum, you know what I mean?
I am glad they're liked. I was really worried they wouldn't take off at all.
Yeah. With me, one of the bad habits when I make my videos is I go on a rambling tangent sometimes, man, and that shit, it's on my nerves. And I'm still trying.
That's why I script a lot of the stuff where I really need to be like concise and like clear. I have to script it because otherwise it takes. I try to memorize it in my head and then do it. It takes like 17,000 takes.
Yeah, they all have. Most everyone writes a script.
I really respect people that can write a script. I've been doing videos for about 3 years, but I've been doing this channel for only like 3 months, and I've tried scripting so many videos, and they just fucking suck. I get so nervous. I keep repeating lines. I can't do it.
Well, I've never really tried to write a script before. I'm gonna have to try that out.
It's very effective. I have to say that. Like I was like, oh no, I have a good you know, like I have a good memory, I'll be fine. And then turns out that, you know, even if I have a good memory, it's hard to gather your thoughts in real time.
Yeah.
Like that video, that huge response that the last huge response that I did, where it was an extremely long video, like I had to script that out because like it's hard to get those points across without it being really scripted. And it's really rewarding, but I find that once I get it, I'm one of those people where once I start something, like I have to finish it very quickly because I get kind of obsessed with getting it done. I'm just a very goal-oriented person, so that's like if I'm like I need to finish this video, like I'll end up like staying up an extra hour to finish it, or it's probably not a good personality trait, but it does cause me to get a lot of work done. Like if I'm in the lab and I have to write a bunch of code, like sometimes I'll end up forgetting to eat like after like 6 hours of just writing and trying to fix this problem. So it's good and it's bad.
Yeah. So when you script your video, Sam, do you read off of something when you make your video, or?
Most of those videos that you see me on camera, I'm reading. I'm just pretty good at kind of reading at a glance and not looking like my eyes are wandering.
Yeah, because that's what I was going to ask you, because you seem to do a damn good job with it, man, because I can't tell you're reading off of something.
Yeah, I don't really know how, but I'm just kind of good at glancing at stuff. My mom does a lot of public speaking, so I've just always known how to do it since I was young. I don't know if it's genetic or if it's just being brought up in an environment where my mom, a large part of her job is public speaking. So
what's your channel?
I'll link it. But yeah, I don't really know. It's one of those things where people are always like, "Oh my God, like you're like for me, like I actually enjoy public speaking. I'm one of those really weird people because it relaxes me. Up until the moments of giving like a talk or something, I'm a wreck like anyone else. But being in that stressful situation relaxes me. So I guess that's why I'm able to do it. It's one of my weird. Again, it's another weird aspect of my personality that is good and bad.
Yeah. Well, with the way that I make my videos, Sam, I'm pretty sure that you watched a couple of mine. But with the way that I make them, is I normally talk about current events on my channel. That's what my channel is about, basically. And I'll pick up of an article that I want to talk about and make a video about, and I'll set it up, to where I'll read the whole article itself, and then what I want to do is I'll read sections of the article in the form of a video, and like in different segments for the video. And then after that, I have some thoughts that I pretty much memorized. You know what I mean? Like, and then I want to say at the ending. Hold on one second, okay? But I pretty much like get all my thoughts together to close out the video, and then that's basically what I'll do at the end of the video. Usually I try to keep it short because I definitely don't want people to lose interest. I don't want people to sit there and become bored, and that's why I'm trying to improve on my videos as far as more eye contact is concerned. You know what I mean? Because I want to keep my eyes contacted with the camera as much as possible, so that people who are viewing my videos can look directly into my eyes and actually see me talking instead of me always looking down reading something like that. You know what I mean? And that's basically what I do. It can be hard at times, because you have it set in your mind what you want to say at the end of the video when you want to close it out. But take after take after take after take, you keep screwing up all the time, man. Damn.
Yeah, well, I am subscribed to you, so I do watch your videos. Yeah. I want to make that clear, but yeah, I don't know. Scripting was something I was reluctant to do, but I noticed that a lot of the quality of especially my responses, are like they've shot up like exponentially because I can get my point across like a lot quicker, and I notice that like people actually understand what I'm saying. Like one of the things that I found really rewarding about the last response that I made is like I actually tackled a pretty complex issue that I don't really think anyone's made a YouTube video about, like the whole 80% functional thing in the human genome. And I don't think that anyone's really like understands why that's the controversial number and what like how they actually came to that conclusion. And it's even then like I still didn't do it justice because like you need to. There's a lot of like I was thinking about doing a couple videos of like how did they actually get that data? Like what does that data actually mean? Like what are the drawbacks? And it's really really interesting. And what you find is you have creationists who like they don't even like I have a rule. It's like if you don't know what this experiment is, you're not allowed to talk about the results of the paper if you don't understand how they perform the experiment. You know, it seems that seems like a good rule. But yeah, it's not hard, I would say. I think like the big thing with a script is like it helps you organize your thoughts. And
you are correct with that. You know, and to be honest with you, I was thinking, you know, of experimenting a little bit in regards to, you know, making a different video, so to speak, like a scripted video to see how it comes out, you know, and see what people's reactions would be to it, you know. So I'm thinking of doing that.
He's getting a good NLE package going, and then having the hard drives and everything. Hey, Albany, there. I looked at some of your videos, and you're talking about abortion and stuff like that, and pro-life and pro-choice and that. I just posted a link there to a movie I thought you might enjoy. It's called Citizen Ruth.
Okay.
It's got Laura Dern in it, and it's done in 1996, but very few people saw it because it wasn't in theaters for very long.
I'd love to see it. A lot has changed with my position. That's actually what the blog I'm doing right now is. It's about why I left the pro-life movement. But no, I'd absolutely love to see that.
I think you'll enjoy that movie because it's a black comedy and it makes fun of both sides in a humanist way, and it's really charming and quite funny, and I loved it.
Oh yeah, I think it'll be interesting because, you know, on a lot of my videos I tend to talk about women's rights and stuff a lot too, you know.
I think anyone who does any sort of abortion activism needs to read whether pro or con, pro or against, I should say. They need to read an article a philosophical article that basically changed how all philosophers talk about abortion. I forget the exact title, but it's by Judith Jarvis Thompson, and it's the violinist argument, and it's the most influential philosophical argument in that discussion, and it basically changed the entire nature of that debate.
No, I have read that. I read it a couple of years ago, and I am not a fan of Matt Walsh at all. And he did a response to that actually. It's worth reading. But
who's Matt Walsh?
Matt Walsh is think of your typical conservative Christian pro-lifer, and then add Glenn Beck on top of that. Like two Glenn Beck. He actually works for Glenn Beck right now. Matt Walsh. What I did in the pro-life movement, I knew him through social media because of people I knew in real life that knew him. And he's just a bastard. And what I don't like when he treats post-abortive women or talks about them. And then my last straw with him was when Robin Williams died. All he could talk about was, well, let's hope that he repented before he died, because and he completely disregarded his depression, the mental illness that man went through, and just threw him under the bus. I'm like, you're a fucking cunt.
What was his argument against Jarvis? What was his rebuttal to the violinist argument?
You know what? I can actually look it up right now. It's been a long time since I read it.
For those that don't know, the violinist argument basically goes like this. You know, if a woman goes out and she goes to see an orchestra, and she knows that there is some chance that that she could possibly get, you know, abducted by a violinist, and she wakes up, and in the morning she has a violinist who is basically got these surgical tubes connecting him to her, where she is the life support for the violinist. Now, is it immoral for her to disconnect these life tubes? And, you know, because the violinist has acted, you know, completely against her will and is using her bodily autonomy, and the analogy is supposed to be towards abortion. And it's like the most brilliant, it's one of the most brilliant philosophical arguments I've ever heard.
I found it, so I'm actually going to post it in the link for anyone that wants in the chat if anyone wants to check it out.
But
it's long. What?
Yeah, you can basically find in that argument any sort of, and I'm interested in this response because for every response that I've heard to the argument, it's always boiled down to either a disanalogy or some sort of hypocrisy.
Yeah, so I'll be happy to take a look at that, man. I think it'd be interesting.
My phone is fucking up. I wish I could.
Yeah, it's a great argument, and it's basically the foundation for how the philosophical community views the issue. That it's an issue of bodily autonomy rather than an issue of life or anti-life.
Yeah.
It's more about choice than it is about life. And yeah, I mean, I think there's still discussion around the issue, but it transformed the discussion around the issue. I don't think academia is by any means unanimous on it. Not like it is. Like, pretty much no one takes being anti-gay marriage seriously anymore, and neither does our government, thankfully.
No, there are them few ugly weeds out there that still do that, though.
So it's a version of the fat man dilemma.
I would love to take Tommy Hall. I would love to take Tommy Hall to the. I live near the gay neighborhood in my city. I'd love to just take him, and there are some aggressive gay guys in that neighborhood, and I would love to just drop him off there and see what kind of a time he had, because he's one of those people who's so homophobic. I really have a tough time believing he's not gay.
So, Albany, are you putting that link in the site, or?
I'm attempting.
Okay.
My phone switched up. I'm just gonna run onto my computer real quick and do it. My phone fucked up. I don't know if it's a new update, but I can't post from the YouTube app. I have to go to, Chrome or something, and it won't let me post in the comments. So I will do it now.
Yeah, because I'm a big fan of philosophy, so I'm gonna rip my brain apart and really read it, see what it has to say.
Well, let me see if I can.
Can anyone hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
All right, I got the link. I'm posting it now.
Matter of fact, I'm reading a book right now about philosophy. It's about existentialism as philosophy. Have you heard of it, Sam?
As existentialism? Yes, I have.
Yeah. That's what I'm reading now. It's pretty interesting.
So here, yeah, I mean, these are all like the first results for Judith Jarvis Thompson. It's all, but here's a copy of her article, her argument.
Is this the violin one?
Yeah, I believe it's the violinist. Yeah, It's the violinist argument. It's a very famous philosophical argument. I want to read more philosophy, but like I've been reading more fiction because I really don't read any fiction, and my best friend got angry at me, and then a girl that I used to be sleeping with got angry at me, and so I was like, fine, I'll read more fiction. By the way, that's not the reason that it used to be. It's more that, yeah. But I've been reading a lot more fiction books. I read a lot of nonfiction, and I don't know how, you can't only read nonfiction, or so my friends tell me.
So, Quiet Atheist, I sent you the link to your personal YouTube, or this YouTube channel, because it's telling me I can't post a link in the chat, so maybe you'll have better luck. But I did send it to you. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm going to rip my brain apart and really look at it and see what it has to say. I'm really interested in philosophy, man. Big time fan.
Are you guys familiar with the Fat Man Dilemma?
No. What's the Fat Man Dilemma?
I've heard of it, but I barely remember it. I've heard it some time ago.
Okay, let's say that you're standing on an overpass and there's a train underneath you, and you can see that it's going to crash and kill everyone on the train, but there's a fat man standing on this overpass, and you know if you push him down, it's going to stop the trolley and save the life of all those people. Would you?
Oh, the trolley problem.
Right, yeah.
Oh, I remember now.
It's called the trolley problem.
Right. There's different variations of it.
What does Nephilim Free think of the trolley problem?
I don't know, but I would push him in front of the trolley. No, that's horrible to say, but I can't.
I think I could.
I don't think I'd be able to. I wouldn't be able to live with myself, honestly.
I'll push him and then jump over with him.
I would not. I mean, honestly, he's such a low impact person. Like, I think that in some ways, it's a greater insult for him to live than for me to kill him, because then he becomes a martyr for his cause. I don't know. I don't want to hurt anyone. But I can't say that I'd be upset if Nephilim Free said the wrong thing to an atheist with an anger problem. Given the way that he's treated me and he's treated people that I respect in the past, he's just not. It's more than he's a creationist, or it's more that he's just a scumbag, and I really just don't have patience for people who are that disrespectful and that scummy to people.
Absolutely.
I had a run-in with him before. Oh, you were in that hangout, weren't you, Sam?
Yeah, it was difficult to listen to.
Oh man, you couldn't even get a word in edgewise with that guy, man. He'd talk for 20 minutes straight on a fucking incoherent, rambling tangent, and just keep going.
He gets angry at you for. He gets angry.
Wait a minute, you're interrupting me. You're interrupting me in what I'm trying to say here. You've been trying to say it for the past 20 fucking minutes, dude.
I freaked out on one of them. It was him or another guy, and I can't remember what I said, but I freaked out, and after my little rant, a bunch of people started clapping.
It was probably Pillbox. I just don't pay attention. I have Pillbox blocked on both of my accounts. He just has nothing. He is a very impressive troll, but he has absolutely nothing to offer.
I ran into Pillbox a couple of times in my hangouts too, a couple weeks ago. Oh man,
I got nothing to say to him. You heard me go off on him.
What's that, Paul?
You heard me go off on him. He's a retard.
But he's just not. He's not worth my attention, and that's a worse insult. In my opinion, it's a worse insult to someone to just not even consider them. Like, I just don't consider him. Like, his opinion, his opinion of me matters less to me than that of my golden retriever.
Well, him and that lady Albany Rose, or not Albany, my bad. Rose, or her name is Rose too. She has the word Rose in her name. Do you know her, Sam?
Rose Patton, I think, is that it?
Yeah, Rose Patton. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, Rose Patton.
One of his sycophants.
Space Cadet.
God, try talking to them people. Fuck.
I mean, first off, he's obviously a troll.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so obvious. And honestly, you know what, trolling is entertaining, but it's just not like for me, I'm one of those people where I grow bored of it pretty quickly.
I don't know about being a troll because I knew a lot of people like her in the '60s.
No, Pillbox is a troll.
Oh yeah, he is.
The Poe?
Troll or not? I mean, if you believe what he says.
I have no clue. He's from Arizona. And, you know, they're really only good for being racist. They're good. Arizona is good for hating Mexicans and having like
retirement,
inhospitable weather ever.
He tells me, Sam. He tells me one day, you know what, TQA, I'm such a nice guy. You ought to come down here to Phoenix where I'm at and help me fix this truck, and I'll give it to you.
Well, I mean, I can recommend him to an MMA school that is down there that one of my acquaintances runs, and I will be visiting there because I have family and visit a former training partner, and you know, I would more than gladly show him around and choke him unconscious. In the school, of course, in the school. I don't think he'd be able to, his ego would be able to withstand being tapped out by an evolutionist.
Oh, I know, right?
Of course, I'd joke. Before people were going, he's threatening Pill. No, I'm not.
Like you got a similar build, maybe.
I mean, he has zero muscle definition. I can be cute, you know. I am very thin, but so we're probably similar weight class. You know. I mean, I spar against guys who are much bigger than me a lot of the time. So it's not like I'm not, you know, it's not like I'd be nervous or scared about it. It doesn't make it honestly. Above a certain size, it kind of doesn't matter, but I make up for it in speed and skill. Like, or I try to. I mean, I get my ass kicked all the time, so I can't really talk with that kind of authority. But I can almost guarantee that against someone who doesn't train, it really doesn't matter. You know, and anybody who's like their first time in the gym, like I am very confident that pretty much anyone who's been doing it for, you know, 6 months or more is going to be able to whoop their ass. It's just a fact of how powerful technique is against someone who knows none.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm entertaining this either. Like, I want to, like, do you ever wonder, like, I would love to know what Pillbox is like I would love to know what these apologists are like in a bar or something like that, you know?
Would that be cool if Ken Ham and Bill Nye were in a cage?
No. Bill Nye is so tiny, though.
He'd definitely have the reach on him, wouldn't he?
I don't know about that. How
those lanky guys got reach, man.
I think Ken Ham's finishing move would be the flying Noah's Ark. That'd be crazy, right? They start putting religious people with scientists in a octagon.
It's kind of like that. You see the Monty Python where the philosophers are playing soccer. Famous.
Imagine that. Imagine them putting someone like Matt Slick in the octagon with let's see, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh, Neil deGrasse Tyson wrestled at Harvard.
Yeah,
Oh
he did.
shit!
I'm
Oh,
gonna
shit.
screen share. I'm gonna screen share an image of why I am just always gonna be, jealous of Neil deGrasse Tyson. He was a college wrestler. This image is why I will always be. Let me screen share. This image is why I will always be jealous of Neil deGrasse Tyson. I believe this was him in college.
Oh wow, damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him versus Matt Slick would end very poorly. Granted, this is from back in the day, but
Damn, it looks like Neil deGrasse Tyson's got some gains there.
yeah. So that's the
Carl
thing.
Sagan, Carl Sagan met him when he was like a kid in high school or something, didn't he?
Yeah, when he was in high school.
Carl Sagan was Neil deGrasse Tyson's mentor.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
That's awesome.
But Neil deGrasse Tyson was a college wrestler. Like, that guy is fucking awesome. Like, when I found that out about him, the fact that he was that brilliant and still like a D1 wrestler, like, you have to be a tough son of a bitch to wrestle at D1. You know, cutting weight and wrestling practice just makes me like I do it, but I don't enjoy it. It's just hard and grimy, but it gets you in fantastic shape. All right, I gotta take off, but thanks for having me.
Yeah. Hey, Sam. Right before you go, what do you think of this about Rand Campbell and you in the octagon?
I mean, I don't think we're in the same weight class. So there's that. I don't know. I think I just have to dance and be difficult for him to hit until he wheezed and then had a heart attack.
All you had to do was just keep running around the octagon, man, and he keep making him try to keep up with you, and he just gas out right there.
I do have good cardio, so I wouldn't be.
I won a fight that way once in junior high. I remember.
And then just right before he gasses out, give him a good right hook, Sam.
Well, what did Muhammad Ali say? Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. His hands can't. George can't hit what his hands can't see. Now you see me, now you don't. He thinks he will, but I know he won't. George is good, but I'm twice as nice, and I'm gonna stick to his butt like white on rice.
Yeah.
So that.
Can't argue with that, man.
Hey, he was one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. All right, I'll see you later.
All right, Sam. Thank you for coming by.
Have a good one, man.
Yeah, I was a teenager and he was a boxer.
Yeah. I don't know. One of my favorite boxers was Mike Tyson back in his prime.
When was he a boxer? What year?
He was big in the 80s, in the early to mid 80s.
I wasn't born.
They did a film about him. He had quite a horrible upbringing. Like, he went through a lot of stuff. To get where he was, he overcome a lot, and you have to admire him for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, what year were you born, Albany?
91.
Wow.
Kids.
Yeah. I'm a baby.
Baby.
Yeah.
I'm the old fart here.
Yeah, you're the oldest one in the room, Paul, and then I'm the second oldest.
What year were you born, John?
Huh?
What year were you born?
Oh, 77.
Oh, okay, I'm 97 here.
Yeah, say you're the same age as my son.
but you got to be around for some of the best bands. So.
And I didn't have my son till I was like 27.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to hit that big 4-0 pretty soon.
Oh, you're breaking my heart.
Young pup.
Yeah, I'm still young too, damn it.
No, and
you sure get more humble as you get older. You realize that the world's way more complex than you ever thought, and you also realize there's so many people out there that are smarter than you, you know, and all this stuff, right? So it's really makes you humble.
Yeah.
You would hope that. I run into people.
You either go one way or the other. You either become humble and you appreciate that, or you become like really egocentric and you put up a wall, like so many people do.
Because I tell you what, if I knew then what I know now, I wouldn't have made some of the mistakes I've made.
Yeah.
Goes
I think
for
that's
all
why
of us.
parenting is such a good thing for a lot of people. Is little ones, you want to show them all those things that you might have missed, and you want to like make them better than you, sort of this primal thing that you want to do.
Yeah.
I try telling my kids that all the time, but they don't listen.
I'm in that stage of them not listening, but I have 3 of 1, 2, and 3 stage, so probably a little different.
Well, siblings learn off each other too. It's neat to see how kids,
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Albany. No,
Oh,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's great because I mean we planned our first 2 right next to each other, and the third was we went back and forth week by week of who wanted to have the next, and then finally when we both decided we didn't want any more right now, I was already pregnant, so we were kind of screwed. And it's nice having them grow up together and learn off each other because the second and third are, they're starting to talk much sooner and learn much sooner, which is great. But they're also learning all the really bad things a lot earlier.
the bad influences. I remember I was the youngest in the three kids in my family, and I remember my brother doing stuff like that. Get me to do things to get me in trouble and left holding the bag kind of thing.
I don't personally think that I could learn anything from my brother. I mean, for one, he's a Christian. I'm an atheist. Number 2, we're like oil and water. We don't mix. We always fight, and it's just like, I haven't talked to him since my dad passed away in 2002. So that's it. I could literally enjoy life without speaking to him again. That's how I feel about him.
That's how I am with my dad. I understand.
Yeah, I pretty much, I didn't grow up with my brother pretty much my whole life. He was gone and out by the, so I just had my sisters that I grew up with, and that was it. Now my brother lives somewhere in Colorado. Then my, what's that?
I said, oh, so mile high like me.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know, my brother, I don't know, he's so wrapped up into that religious nonsense, for one. I think that's a big problem. And then another problem is he thinks, I don't know, he thinks he has a chip on his shoulder, man. He thinks he's better than everybody else, you know what I mean? And he, simply because he's a private cook for Daryl Hannah, you know what I mean? And private cooks for celebrities, all over the place. And he thinks has this status, to where, everybody has to respect. No.
A cook?
Yeah, he's a private cook. Yeah, he cooks for celebrities.
All right, that's nice. I mean,
and he's a chef over there somewhere in Colorado, and then he also cooks for celebrities on the side. Last one he cooked for was Daryl Hannah.
I'm bad for names means nothing to me.
I bet you she's pretty picky.
Yeah. She probably is.
Yeah, she's kind of be like Woody Harrelson, like totally into food that has to, organic and all that kind of thing.
Here in Colorado, the amount of woo-woo people that have to have gluten-free, fat-free, no GMOs is pretty fucking high.
Hell, shit, I'm a carnivore, man. I attack that fucking meat. I don't give a shit.
Did you see that film? It was done by that guy from Vancouver. I'm half tired now. God, I've been sitting here chatting for hours. It makes, after a while, your brain just starts to melt doing this. It really does. It's like, anyway. 1 sec, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I like all that red meat. I like all of that shit that's bad for you, according to them, anyway.
Oh, me too.
Eat it before it eats you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because chances are it would probably eat you if it had the chance.
It would.
Seth Rogen film. I don't know why I was.
Give me that.
You know the one he did where hell happened, like the end of the world or whatever? What do they call it? The judge?
Fuck. I know that.
What the hell is it called?
All I know is I once ate a 32-ounce porterhouse. Man.
My brother-in-law hunts, so they always give us part of whatever they get. And last year we got elk burgers that were bacon jalapeno cheddar elk burgers. It was the most incredible thing I've ever had.
Yum.
Well, here where I live in the state of Texas, man, they're all about steaks. That's all they have around here.
Hey, do you have Montreal steak spice?
I'm not sure. I never really looked for it.
You put it on steak. It's kind of a Canadian thing, and it makes the steak so savory and awesome. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah, the way that I like my steaks is medium rare. I gotta have it raw, man.
It's not good unless it's still mooing.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good unless it's trying to crawl across the table. Yeah, that's. People look at me weird too when I go and order a steak. Right, I'll sit at the table, and the people that are sitting there with me, you know, are sitting there talking, and all of a sudden the waitress comes up and she goes, "What would you like to have?" You know, and I tell her, you know, I'd like a 32-ounce porterhouse. How would you like it?
Ribeye sitting in the fridge.
Oh, you lucky dog, you.
Angus too.
And I tell them I'd like mine medium rare, please. And everybody's looking at me funny. What? I like my steak like that. So?
I didn't know what like medium rare or rare was until about 5 years ago when I met my husband. In Wisconsin, where I used to live, everything is medium. Like I've never heard medium rare or rare. So I felt I was in heaven the first time I had a medium rare steak. It's so much better.
Oh yeah. And over here, in the city that I live in, they have the famous 72-ounce steak. To where if you eat it within an hour, you get it for free.
Fuck that.
That's like what, 5 pounds of meat almost?
That's where I would go if I was pregnant, because I'd be like, fuck yeah, I could get this in an hour. You're crazy.
I used to not be into that until this one guy I did some work for. Really well-to-do guy, like some AV stuff anyway. And he sat me down and he pulled out like this crazy piece of meat that he had been cooking in this like $10,000 rotisserie freaking thing. It was like prime rib, but he cooked it slow for like a long time. He's like cutting off slices and giving it to me with this red wine. And I was like, whoa, dude, like, is that how meat tastes like? You know, it's like the liquor those British cats drink, man. It's awesome. Like, you know, I'm used to drinking like whiskey, and they give you a shot of really good quality liquor, and it's just like, wow.
Yeah, I mean, some of these places know what they're doing, man. They know how to take care of their customers. Like I was totally out of my mind when I went to a local Hooters for the first time. Because there they really take care of their customers, and by taking care of them, I mean, you know, when they give you your pitcher of beer, they instead of putting it and mixing it with the beer, they put it in one of them big sandwich bags. They put the ice in it, and then they just drop the bag inside of the beer so it doesn't flatten the beer or mess up the beer. I think it's pretty cool.
That's nice.
That's a smart idea. If you could patent some kind of beer pitcher that cooled it.
Yeah.
I've never been to Hooters, but I've heard food is actually really good.
Yeah, the food at Hooters is really good. I mean, you wouldn't be disappointed.
In England, they drink warm beer. It's hard. It depends on where you go. If you go to like a young person place, you can get cold beer, no problem. But if you go into like any kind of pub and you ask for cold beer, like everybody turns around and looks at you like you're crazy.
Well, depends on how it's, you know, made. You know, German beers are brewed cold. So
Yeah.
that's cold, and the English beers, some of them that are brewed at, you know, higher temperatures. That's the reason you drink them that way.
I'm a beer snob, and by snob, I don't mean someone that looks that likes high quality beer. I'm just a snob because I like 4 kinds of beer, and that's it. And it has to be ice cold. Even wines that are supposed to be room temperature, it has to be ice cold. Otherwise, it's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried Kilkenny? Kilkenny, it's an Irish beer. It's made by Guinness. Oh, if you're ever in a place and they have it, try a sleeve of it. It's really awesome stuff. It's smooth, milky. It's called Kilkenny.
Can you Kilkenny or Kilkenny?
It's Kilkenny.
Page.
I'm just writing it down. We normally make alcohol runs on the weekend, so see if I can find it.
Yeah, it's tough if it doesn't come in like in a keg. It's never really the same. It's like Guinness that way. It's a nitrogenated cream ale. I don't know if you like cream ales, but a lot of ladies do. So.
For me, it just depends. Like, I can like different types of things, but I can't decipher between what's what. It's just if it tastes good, great. If not, I pass it up to someone else.
It has to be really cold though. Yeah, Kilkenny, Kilkenny.
Great.
First time I tried it, it was a real treat. If you can get it in like an Irish pub or something that has it on tap, it's a real treat. It's not something you drink all the time, but it's like a Guinness, but without any bitterness and stuff, and it's really like smooth and a bit sweet, and so it's got a lot of the properties of Guinness, but the good properties, not the bad ones.
One of my favorite. Oh, go ahead, Albany. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You were trying to say something before, so I'll wait.
Oh, okay. One of my favorite wines is Merlot.
Yeah, I don't know much about wine.
Yeah.
You're trying to get me. I go to buy it. I'm clueless. I like the cheap stuff, and it always tastes better to me than the expensive stuff. So I don't know.
My favorite one is it's brand is Barefoot, and it's a Moscato. It's a white wine, and the small bottle is like $7, and the big bottle is only like $13, and it's really good. It's sweeter wine, but it's great. What I've always wanted to try is Johnny Walker. That is my goal.
I've tried. Have you tried Johnny Walker Black, Albany?
No, I've never tried any of the Johnny Walkers. I want to so bad.
I mean, Johnny Walker Black is pretty good.
Oh yeah.
You know what I like? I like really good tequila, like Patron or something like that. Oh boy, that's good stuff.
You know what really though,
man, it's a real treat.
What really gets it for me is Crown Royal, man.
Oh yeah, I like Crown Royal.
This is the tequila we drink.
Oh, there you go.
Damn.
There you go.
She's prepared.
Have you ever heard of, what's that? There's a type of tequila that's made out of, like, hallucinogenic stuff. It comes in, like, a little jar.
Huh.
I know some people have taken it.
That one.
I didn't have the guts to do it, but I think it's mescaline, but it's like a mescaline tequila.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Where the hell do you get that?
Is it like at every liquor store kind of tequila, or just to order it or something?
I think this stuff is probably illegal.
I think my favorite, just like every weekend, go to get a new bottle is just Glenlivet.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, the most expensive bottle of Crown Royal that I've ever seen is a little over $200 for a bottle, and it's called Crown Royal XL or something like that. And they say it's a really rare whiskey from Crown Royal. It's actually pretty interesting, they said. Everybody hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, guys. Probably be on for about another 10-15 minutes. Then I'm going to cut it short tonight because I have something else I have to do before I go to bed. Otherwise, I'd normally keep it on for longer. So you were able to get in, Angry?
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to multitask, and it's probably not going to happen, so it's a good thing you're cutting it short.
Yeah. Oh. So what else is new with you, Mr. Grant?
Not much. Currently, right now, I'm trying to find a new coffee brand to switch over because right now it's hard for me to find good quality coffee, and I'm trying to wait, what?
Folgers.
Oh, Folgers? Okay.
I love Folgers, man.
All right.
I drink Folgers. I don't know if it's something you really love.
Blue Mountain's the best stuff in the world I've ever drank, but it's just crazy expensive.
Yeah. I've always really enjoyed Folgers. I mean, it's a really good tasting coffee. You know, I drink it in the mornings when I get up, and it just refreshes me all the way around. You know, and I really enjoy it. So I make sure I have a constant supply of it.
I'm lucky where I'm at. There's a bunch of really good roasting companies that are small.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Best coffee machine. Eh?
Recently,
the temperature when you brew the coffee is really important.
180 degrees.
Yeah.
I got a French press. I love that thing.
Yeah. That's the best way to make coffee.
Yeah.
I got this Mocha Master saved up for. It's a really awesome machine.
Go get me. I was right next. Look at all those tags around me. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Recently,
go ahead.
Sorry. Recently, I bought one of those Monster energy drinks last week, and I drank it, and I wasn't able to. I couldn't sleep at all that day. And oh, okay. that stuff is way too much for me.
It just totally blows you away. Like, it's hard to describe how you get off it. It's this stuff right here.
Oh, okay.
What is that? Is that a type of drink or?
Yeah, it's an energy drink.
Oh.
It's from this leaf, from an Amazon tree that people drink it quite a in Brazil and stuff. It's really popular, like tea.
Oh. Okay, so it's that kind of tea stuff. Okay.
It's how do I describe it? It's like a high like caffeine, but it also has like, it's really hard to describe. It definitely gets you a buzz, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know if a different form of caffeine or what the deal is, but.
So what does anybody want to talk about before I hang it up for the night?
Nothing tonight, really. I'm about ready to go to bed myself.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same. I gotta pull some wire tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
I gotta get up and drink coffee and stay home. Retirement, somebody has to do it.
Looking, Paul. Yeah. What have you been up to, Angry? Can you hear me, Angry?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm in the middle of something. I didn't know you were talking to me.
Oh, I was asking you, what have you been up to today?
Currently gaming.
Ah, that's what I'm gonna be doing this December.
Ah.
I just gotta wait for my game to come out first.
What game is that?
It's the new Hitman.
Fuck.
Yeah, he's gaming.
That was garbage.
I could hear fuck. I could hear fuck.
That's my go-to move when I die. I scream obscenities. That's why I have to live in the basement. Because I'll be down here at 3 o'clock in the morning just fucking screaming. But everybody else is on the second floor, so there's, you know, an empty floor between us.
What are you playing?
Ghost.
No. Oh, okay.
And I'm doing shitty. I'm fucking currently 1-5.
Oh, okay.
Not good.
So, John, do you ever get like, what's that asshole's name that you were talking about earlier, Nephilim Free?
Yeah.
You ever get him on this show?
I've only had him one time on in a hangout, and that's it.
Boy, if we could get a few of those creations like that, and what was the guy that was on here earlier?
No, I'm not. I'm gonna take a break, guys. I'll be back in about 10 minutes.
Well, if we're not here, if we're not here when you get back, you know why, Angry.
Oh no, I was talking to the others. I'm gonna put that on pause for a minute.
Okay.
You've only got 10 so minutes.
All right.
Oh.
Now, what were you saying? Religion is bullshit?
We ought to get, you know, if you can get some creationists on, and Sam, the guy that was on here earlier, you know, he's a biologist, correct?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Sam. You know, that's what his field is in.
Okay, and I'm a physicist, so why don't we get some creationists on here and answer their questions and just make fun of them? Or maybe, or
because they don't want to hear the answers. They don't want their questions answered.
Well, that's true, but you know, we can.
I would, to be honest with you, I would love to hear you guys talk, man. I think that when you guys talk about the respected sciences that you're in, man, it's informative to me. You know, I like to learn.
Well, we can just talk about it, you know, without them people present. So, yeah, just hit me up sometime and we can set a time.
Yeah. You know, shit, I'm always fascinated with that stuff, man.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yep. I like to read a lot too. You know, I was talking about earlier how I got a couple of books on philosophy that I'm working on now, and then I also like to read a lot about science. So when I'm online here on the computer, I'll go and find articles about certain things. You know what I mean? About them, you know, with the pictures with Pluto and stuff like that, and a lot of other stuff, you know, that involves space and stuff like that. I really enjoy it. I sit there and read and watch video after video.
Right, right.
I power watch the cosmos.
With Neil or Carl?
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh, okay.
They're both great.
Yeah, either one.
You know what was the big inspiration for I've mentioned it before on chat here, but I want to mention it again so people watch it. It's called The Ascent of Man.
Oh,
and
yeah. I know it.
Awesome documentary. That's what inspired Carl to make Cosmos.
And there was another one they did on PBS. It was called How We Got to Now.
Oh, I might have missed that one. I'll have to look it up.
Connections.
Yeah, it was really good. It's all kinds of crazy shit, like how we discovered beer. All kinds of fucking shit. Like
yeah. Well, there's another series too, Connections. A few of them. How things, you know, how inventions got together and stuff.
Ah.
You know what's so great about PBS? All their stuff is up on their site, and you can stream it. And there's a couple of really good Python plugs for Kodi. I guess they call it Kodi now, XBMC. And yeah, it scrapes the PBS site, and you can just like thumb through just this huge catalog of files, like of videos. It's just awesome. All the Novas and Frontline, and just great.
Yeah, I love Nova.
Yeah, Nova's the best show on television, man.
I think, hands down, probably ever.
Oh yeah.
And Frontline's really good. Does some really good investigative reporting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to ask you a question, Religion is Bullshit, here before I cancel the show out for the night. Do you know anything? Do you know if they're going to actually put up the James Webb telescope?
Last I heard, they're still going through Congress on the funding, but as far as I know, they are. It's scheduled for 2018.
Where's it going to be put?
It's going to be the successor to Hubble.
Oh, okay.
Right. Absolutely.
Okay. As far as I know, yeah. What I've been hearing.
Stop. Yeah. No, please. Stop.
As long as we keep those creationists out of the White House.
Yeah, I know. We get a Republican president, fuck. Any of those fuck sticks, the world's going to end before they launch it.
Oh, yeah.
Be in the L2 position, I believe, isn't it?
So what's everybody's take on that whole fucking that thing with Bernie Sanders in Seattle?
Oh, I talked about that at the beginning of the video. God damn. Yeah, No. We can talk about it still. I just couldn't stomach watching the video, dude. I really couldn't because those people pissed me off.
The thing about it is everybody keeps calling them Black Lives Matter activists, and that's not what they are. They're what is it called? Outside Antagonist 206. And it's a group. It's like they're almost like extremists, you know.
Yeah.
And the one chick, the one chick that got up in Bernie's face and called him racist and all that shit, she was a Palin supporter and a teabagger. And it's like, yeah. I think they were paid for by somebody, I don't know who, but to do that.
Yeah.
But that's, I have no evidence for that. That's just my gut feeling. That's the only thing that really makes sense about it, or makes it make any sense.
Yeah.
Because why would Black Lives Matter bust his balls? Of all the people running for president, why Bernie Sanders?
They had actually done it to another candidate. It wasn't as reported on, but I saw two articles on it previously. And it's just one of those things where, let's say they were just being total bitches. There are that stupid. They don't research before they do something. They just have it in their mindset that either, all politicians are the same and they don't care.
Exactly.
That's how they usually work these days. They don't do any research before they pass a new legislation, and they see the consequences based off of that.
They're allergic to research.
Yeah.
People have an infinite amount of knowledge at their fingertips, and the majority of us seem to spend our time watching cat videos and porn. Because researching anything else would just take too much time. Like, I can multitask porn and research. People can't.
Or
yeah, I can't research with one hand.
Oh.
Hey, they make toys for that.
or you could do this. You could have the best of both worlds. You can view porn for research.
Exactly. Combine them, yes. Best of both.
If you're in a university town, there's usually ads for that kind of stuff.
Okay, I'm sorry. Hey guys, it's Outside Agitators 206.
Oh. Those. Like I was telling you, Ingrid, I couldn't even stomach that video, man. I really couldn't.
No, it pissed me the fuck off. It really did.
Even if that was done to a candidate that I couldn't stand, like, fuck, I'm even gonna take Trump or Hillary because I can't stand either of them. I still would think that was just as disrespectful. Like, you don't fucking do that.
Yeah.
Because it makes them look better too.
Yeah.
It's the politicians look better just because like people will naturally feel sorry for someone. Maybe not Trump, but.
What we have here is a lot of people with no manners. You shouldn't. What's that?
I was gonna say not enough people got hit with a belt as a child, but then I feel like helicopter parents would come in and just freak out. So.
Well, my mom when I was a child was ready with a belt
Fuck
for me.
yeah.
Woo.
Hell yeah. My mom said, fuck the belt. She whooped our ass with radio cords. Like
oh my god.
Oh. Yeah, those left welts. We got the shit kicked out of us when we were kids.
My dad, you know what? My dad, he said, fuck the radio cords, fuck the belts. Let's go outside and you can pick your favorite 2x4.
Fuck.
And I'm serious, too.
My grandpa used to call it tan your fan, and if we went to his house, if I was wearing nail polish, I would get spanked.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
My husband wears the belt that beat his ass as a kid.
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
People always say, oh, don't, like, wasn't that bad? Didn't you, like, it fuck you up? And my husband's like, no, I have a fucking great job, I have a family, and I wear the belt that kicked my ass. I'm fine.
Hey, that's one way of looking at it.
Well, and people don't seem to realize, like, all kids are different. There are some kids you probably shouldn't physically punish. Like, it doesn't work for everyone. But I know for me as a kid, yeah, that shit worked.
I doubt that. I don't know, because the kid here, man, I live with my sister and her kid to help them out, you know, and dude, I don't ever have to put hands on my niece ever. No one ever puts hands on her. All you got to do is take one of her favoriteest things and put it on the fridge, and she's devastated. She ain't gonna do whatever it was ever again.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, it isn't for every kid. Like,
Yeah.
My daughter, she was the only one that needed it, but after like one time, never again. And our other two, you put him in timeout for one's 1 year old, so our son, put him in timeout, and he doesn't like that. I swore I'd never have a mama's boy, and of course I got a mama's boy. And so if I put him in timeout, his face against the wall for 5 minutes, he's not doing that shit again.
Right.
Yeah. Well, guys, I think I'm gonna cancel it out for the night. Thank everybody for coming by.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, John. Do you guys have any last words?
Have a good night.
I got invited to a hangout. Rose invited me to a hangout, and I just like dropped in to listen to what they're talking about, and they're talking about how the world's flat, actually.
I'm not even gonna go to that hangout, man. I'm not even gonna waste my.
You know what? Hey, I will give her one thing, man. When we showed her the pictures of the dinosaur with feathers, she was actually accepting that dinosaurs had feathers.
Yeah.
But I mean, had what's his name? What was that guy? Pillbox been in here at that time? It would have been a wrap. She wouldn't have accepted anything, and he would have just yelled over everybody, and you wouldn't have been able to get a point across.
Oh yeah, and I told her, just look at the pictures. Look at what the pictures are all about. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We even provided her with pictures of fossils that had the feather thing. What do you call them? Indentations in them.
Yeah.
Go to YouTube. 65 million years with a creationist.
But everything the world's flat, though, is just so beyond reproach. You just don't know how to react.
Yeah, it's like I like watching like conspiracy theory stuff, and man, with the whole ISS being a hoax and all that, they had me, man. I swallowed the hook. I was like, fuck yeah, the ISS doesn't exist. And then at the end of the video, they are all +2. You can't launch a rocket into space because the fucking firmament will stop it. And I was like, oh, fuck. I've been listening to this motherfucker for a half fucking hour, and now he just discredited every fucking thing he said.
Did you know that a lot of debunkers, like a lot of people that are members of the JREF or like skeptical stuff, they themselves used to believe in something funny, right? That's why a lot of people, like if you go to like some of those conventions, you'll meet some of these people, and you know, there's a guy there who used to be a Bigfoot dude and all this stuff.
Right.
They're smart people, because you know, smart people look for stuff like this. They're curious, right? And you know.
The JREF forum you're talking about?
Yeah, just a lot of skeptics, like some of them.
I'm on there. I haven't been on there much, but I'm on there.
Yeah,
I have one.
Just take the D out of my thing. It's Paul Hoffman. That's me.
Actually, they separated the forum from the JREF because of the trip that happened there. You know, the Bradford thing, it's all to do with that, right?
Well, I didn't get into that part of it.
Before the hangout ends, a couple weeks ago, I got into it with a girl about transgender. What?
No, go ahead, Albany.
A couple weeks ago, I got into a discussion with a girl, very Catholic, which is whatever, fine. But we were transgender people, and I was trying to explain the difference between sex and gender, and she wasn't having it. And she was saying there's only male and female, and I'm like, well, we can look at chromosomes, and that's not accurate. And I brought up intersex, hermaphrodites. And this girl believed that hermaphrodites are not real. It didn't matter how many articles I put in front of her, how much, like, this isn't some fucking gay agenda conspiracy that hermaphrodites are real. Wouldn't fucking have it.
Yeah, they're closed-minded.
Stupidity in this world.
Wow. It's like her denying that water is wet.
It is? It doesn't say that in the Bible. I don't remember reading that exact sentence. Sorry.
Or that the world is a sphere.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you for coming by, Albany.
No, thanks. I probably jump in another time since you normally have these when my insomnia kicks in. So hey.
Yeah. Well, I'm if anybody's interested, I'm gonna have another one tomorrow night too. It's gonna be a decent sized one tomorrow. It's just tonight I got to do something else when I get off of here. That's why I'm cutting it short.
Foreign research, right? We understand.
Yeah. Yep.
More internet research. I got columns and columns of articles and stuff. Oh yeah.
So many categories to get through.
Hardcore, Asian.
Oh no, none of that stuff right now.
Yeah. All right, John. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Yeah, have a good night, man.
All right. We'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.